Governor-General, but will be meeting with their Prime Minister. But all of us share in our regard, and all of us share in this time of sadness about the Queen's death, and we are mourning her and very mindful especially of her family, who are having to go through this enormous process and this really ancient series of pageants and ceremonies that mark the ending of the most historic reign of Queen Elizabeth, 70 years sovereign, 70 years our Queen in New Zealand, and deeply, deeply missed.
And they are doing it with such dignity at a time when they will be feeling so much loss, Cindy, as well. But I wonder, growing up as a young Māori woman in New Zealand, what the Queen meant to you?
Well, she was a little bit removed from my daily life, which was one of not a great deal of poverty. But I do remember going to the cinemas and as a child and as a young person, and we would still stand and we would sing "God Save the Queen." So she was very much reflected in the fabric of our society and in our public life. So it's a fair while since we've had the organist rising from the cinema to play "God Save the Queen" and everyone standing and singing it. But she's become, if you like, she's become part of our more everyday presence because of the use of other mediums, including most particularly television, and being able to see her more immediately as opposed to more removed. So, you know, I think that she's been a sovereign during a period of enormous changes and transitions in our country, in New Zealand and in the Pacific, but also globally. And I just mentioned one, which is technology. But, you know, massive changes, obviously the ending of World War II and the transitions into a more globalised economy, new relationships, new world orders and relationships that are having to be established. And above it all, the Queen was able to be a calm presence of continuity. And I think we see the strength of the constitutional arrangements that we have during these moments, where we can see the kind of smooth transition that's occurred to our King, and also where we can see that sort of calm ability to reign above the everyday matters that consume us. So, you know, these are all things that we're thinking about. They're all part of making history. I'm here in Westminster, as you said. I'm conscious that I'm about to attend the state funeral on Monday of really probably one of the largest and most significant funerals, in history in the last few hundred years, not only because she's the longest reigning monarch in British history, but because she's had such a global...
Dame Cindy Keira, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we do need to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts from Westminster. That was Dame Cindy Keira, the Governor-General of New Zealand, just reflecting on the life of Queen Elizabeth and the role that she will now play attending that state funeral on Monday. If you'd like more details of the funeral or the various events, the ceremonial events leading up to Monday, do go to the website, bbc.com/news. We have every development there for you, lots of personal reflections as well. And if you're interested too on the Queen's relationship with the Māori people of New Zealand, Laura Bicker has a special feature on the website, which is well worth looking at. We're also, of course, following the queue. It is not only a phenomena to see, but it is online too. Lots of people from all over the world logging on to take a look at the queues and also the scenes at Westminster Hall. But it's all there for you on the website, of course, bbc.com/news. And we'll have continuing coverage from Cardiff throughout the day. King Charles due to arrive here shortly.
Well, Lucy, thank you very much indeed for that. Lucy Hockings there Well, let's move on now to some other news, because in Ukraine, evidence of mass graves that could hold the bodies of more than 400 people. It's in the recently liberated city of Izium, one of the places within that vast area retaken by Ukraine from Russian forces since the start of the month. From there, our senior international correspondent, Girin, sent us this report.
Trying to tow away unintended gifts from Moscow, left behind after a Russian rout, now stuck in a ditch near the city of Izium. Come on, Andrew jokes, let's give it a push.